winner of that last game will punch its ticket to the Rio de Janeiro game. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by George Zedek, and this is in some ways a tough ask for both of these teams to bounce back after difficult games.
Hey Jeff, it's great to be back. I think it is a tough task to ask, but at the same time, as you said before, the stakes are huge because all these teams that came here, I think one of the things that were on their mind was to qualify to Rio. If not directly, at least to have a chance to go to the qualifying tournament. So I think the players are prepped and they are ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're in Lille, France. It's Eurobasket 2015, and it is a pivotal encounter between Latvia and Greece. The Latvian players being introduced here to the fans that have been slow to trickle in, but they are coming in this Lille arena. The winner of this game will qualify for a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament next year. Well, George, Latvia have to rise to the occasion. They came out and they played very well in the first half against France, but then just weren't able to have much success in the second.
That is true, and if you speak about Latvia, I think you have to go with their perimeter. Let's look at the trio of Bertans, Trianics, and Janicenoks, how much they can do in this game today. In the game that they lost, they shot 52 points out of 70, so they can do it out here for this man, Coach Bagatskis.
I know Bagatskis played for the Latvians back in 2001, the last time they had made it to the quarterfinals. Now he's the coach, has been the coach since 2010. Greece perhaps have an even harder task of bouncing back, if only because many people thought this was a team that could go on and win this title, and here they are playing for positions 5 through 8.
Surely it was a frustrating loss after they lost to Spain by 2 points, going to that game undefeated. So it will be interesting to see how the Greek players recover mentally from the difficult defeat that they got from the hand of the Spanish national team.
We're going to have a pause in the commentary as we listen to the national anthems for both Latvia and Greece.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and remain silent for the national anthems of our two teams. First, the national anthem of Latvia. And now the national anthem of Greece.
Ainus Bagatskas greets Fotis Katsikaris there, the bespectacles Katsikaris, the coach of Greece. And the players also meet at midcourt. The referees for today's game will be Srećan Radović of Croatia in the middle, Matej Bolthauser of Slovenia on the right, and Benjamin Jimenez Trujillo of España, of Spain, on the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this classification game.
George, we're going to take a look at the rosters at both of these teams, starting with Latvia. And would you like to highlight anybody here?
Well, last game was a great game for Kristaps Seničenović. He's 32 years old. He provides a lot of energy there and leadership. He had a great shooting game against France. They did all they could. They kept the game at close to half. And I think that he, again, is going to look for his points from the outside. So Greece just got to be aware of him at all times.
So the coach, Ainus Bagatskas, has chosen for his starting five today for Latvia, Jānis Čenaks, along with Jānis Strēlnieks, who's been really good in this tournament. There is Bertans, Rolands Freimanis, and Kaspars Berzins, who was wonderful against Slovenia, but perhaps didn't give them what they needed against France. But that's almost understandable in some ways, because the French can really put pressure on you, especially their bigs. For Greece, it's a talented, deep roster with a lot of experience and young talent. We haven't seen too much from Kostas Papanikolaou at this Eurobasket.
And that's why I have written here the second crew, the guys that did not get so much playing time, but it's got so much potential. It's Kaimakoglu, Papanikolaou, Perperoglu. I think those are going to be the guys to provide a lot of energy. Here's the starting lineup here for Greece.
Yep, Kalatis, Panoulis, Antetokounmpo, Princesses, and Kofos. So he sticks with the same lineup, and there were a lot of suggestions in the media, speaking to people around here, some other coaches, that maybe Katsikaris could have gone with Antetokounmpo at the power forward spot to try to speed the game up against France. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. This is part of the tradition of the Eurobasket. A local youth will bring out the official game ball to the official. Now, Antetokounmpo clearly is, I mean, it's ridiculous looking at those stats. I mean, you'd think he would be much more of a pivotal player. Strēlnieks as well. His last game, he had 14 and 7 there against France. But Antetokounmpo's career is just really taken off, isn't it?
He's becoming a household name in the United States, where he's playing for Milwaukee. But I think that here we see him as instant energy. Anytime he steps on the court, he provides so much for his team. Just leads by example, both on defense and offense. If he can hit the outside shot offensively, then he becomes almost unguardable. On the other side, we also highlighted Strēlnieks. I think that, you know, so many things start with him. He controls the tempo and has the ball in his hands. He starts most of the offenses, and usually, in many cases, he makes the final pass.
So Antetokounmpo had the 12 points and 17 rebounds in Greece's last game.
34 minutes now. I mean, it was a spectacular performance, but still, there are some doubts if he should have gone to the power forward position. Of course, he spent most of the time, I think on the last 2 minutes he plays the power forward at the small forward position. So there's a lot of smart people and a lot of generals there after the battle is finished.
Well, in some ways, Latvia, you know, make it to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2001. They're going to go back home and say, you know what, we had a good Eurobasket, but it would be a lot better for them if they could spring what would be considered an upset here against Greece. Greece, meanwhile, have already booked their charter to go home tonight, so they don't want to miss that plane. If they lose, they'll have to stick around and play another one. Good afternoon, everyone. You're looking live here in Lille, France. It's Eurobasket 2015. It's a battle between Latvia and Greece. Greece wearing the white and Latvia in the burgundy in the dark uniforms, and they win the opening tip. And they will attack the basket to the left. Remember, the team that wins this game will earn a trip to one of the 3 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments next year. So it is a high-stakes game. Berzins off the rim, and Antetokounmpo goes up for the board and gets it to Kalatis.
That was a quick shot there from Berzins. I was expecting some more motion and touches on the first offense.
pass to Princesses, who goes baseline. Kofos outside to Kalathis, and Kalathis hits a three-pointer.
That's an important entry there for the Greeks. As we said before, they must be really feeling mentally down.
Well, Kalathis hit some big shots against Spain the other day, but it couldn't quite do enough for the Greeks in that one. Bertans back to Berzic, and Berzic much better that time.
This was more of the typical Latvian offense. Just a lot of touches, screens, on the ball screens, off the ball screens, more motion.
Princesses travels in the lane and turns it over. Now you thought Greece looked a little flat in the warm-ups.
Well, only two of them came out here. Two of the players came out to shoot around. On the other side, you had the full Latvian squad just making a warm-up, getting some shots up. So that's what I was just thinking.
Strelnieks over to Freimanis. Gets inside and scores with the left hand.
This is exactly a lot of motions offensively. This is how Latvia stayed in the game against France till halftime.
Antetokounmpo. Well, it's Janicenovic trying to guard him, and he has a good look, but well short. Now Strelnieks brings it back for the Baltic team, and Kalathis knocks it away and then gets out on the break. And an easy one for Greece, so good play by Kalathis.
A bit of a risk there by Kalathis to go for the steal, but it pays off.
And Kalathis bumps
Strelnieks. Number 8 from Greece, his first personal foul.
Appears to have a few scratches on his face. Kalathis.
See the steal right here. This is the 5th point there for Nick Kalathis.
Inside, and Freimanis another one.
You're going to see a lot of quick shots there from the Latvian bench. They immediately go up after they receive the ball in the lane.
Princesses with a little bit more muscle than Freimanis, but Freimanis right now is doing well, and now he comes up with the interception and the tactical foul to stop the fast break, to stop the fans from seeing a potential dunk, all for the sake of stopping the fast break. Don't you hate seeing that?
Stop, but this is what the rules right now. As you see Freimanis shooting the in the lane jumper. I think this is what the rules give you. This is the coaches going to teach their players to do.
Yeah, let's hope that they change that rule, because it's not that fun to watch. Janicenovic puts it up and hits a three-pointer.
This is what you're going to see Janicenovic doing. Pick and roll situations, you're just going to get really close to him. Otherwise, he's going to shoot it. He is shooting with a lot of confidence in the tournament.
Bright start for Latvia. Spanoulis has been quiet. He loses it. Now Strelnieks is off to the races. And Fotis Katsikaris is going to take a timeout. 11-5. Just over 3 minutes into this contest in favor of Latvia. I don't know about you, George, but Greece, perhaps Katsikaris is toying with the idea of making wholesale changes here. See the points from turnovers and turnovers here early on. Antetokounmpo missed a shot inside. Spanoulis has turned it over.
Well, I think what I said in the warm-ups, in the pre-game talk, I think that the deciding factor for Greece, that they should win the game today, and they are the paper favorites, should be Kaimakoglu, Papanikolaou, Perperoglu, Mantsalis, Sukas. All those guys are guys that will play so many minutes in the tournament, and I think they got more energy. And as a second group, second squad there off the bench, they're probably going to have, or you would expect that they would have more motivation.
Well, Kofos is going to come out, and Barousas comes into the game, the veteran, Jonas Barousas, who's going to be playing in China this coming season, having been with Real Madrid. And a foul called on Bertans up just near the arc.
Always on number 9 from Latvia, Laidis Netkans. That's his first personal foul.
So the first foul called against Latvia. Now inside to Barusas, and Barusas goes up and misses. Berzic with the rebound.
A good position defense by Freimanis. Just stood his ground against loud, bigger Barusas.
And now Strelniek's turnover.
And that's a rare miscommunication, because you see that the Latvians are just really playing with a lot of composure, in the whole tournament. You don't see that kind of turnover too often.
Well, the long one is off target. So Antetokounmpo not starting well here for Greece. Yannick from the right. It's good. Three-pointer.
And that's a great execution. You saw how many faces and Freimanis. Oh, 6 seconds left on the shot clock, but he did not panic. He was looking for Yannick to cut to the corner and made an open jumper.
Not what Fotis Katsikaris wanted to see. And another turnover against Greece. And right now, you might want to hold that plane.
Well, I think they just really have to go with young guys like Papa Nicolaou, Matsaris. I think you just really need to lift in energy. It's not a case that Greece is not capable of playing. Absolutely not, but they just need guys that are going to play with some zest and energy.
Strelnieks gets inside, bounce pass to Freimanis, and that's a goaltend. Goal interference. So now the biggest lead of the game, 11 points. And the problem, George, is that, you know,
look at Freimanis 3 for 3 on the inside. I mean, he's doing everything.
If this lead gets too big, it's going to be a problem for Greece. They don't want this thing to get out of hand early. Kalathis comes up and forces another turnover. Oh, what a terrific play by Kalathis. Berzic went up for the block and came down hard on his tailbone.
That was hard landing there for Berzic. There was no foul called. He missed the block, but then he collided on the way down with Kalathis. That is painful.
But he may have to come out. He is looking like he is not in good shape. So they're going to take Berzic out because he's not looking good. That was the Kalathis steal. Here he is. Watch as Berzic goes up. Now he went down hard.
You saw his right knee collided with Kalathis after he missed the block. And he is in pain as you see him grimacing here.
Yeah, he hasn't sat down. Now you can see him just goes to the end, and he may go to the changing room. They're going to have a good long look at him. But it's a lot of weight. A big man crashing on the floor. So Mayers has come into the game, number 33 for Berzic. Yannick from the right. And Freimanis gets it back. Toglu doesn't get the rebound. Zisas also in the game. Now Bertans puts it up and in.
Again, a lot of patience there on the execution. If I look at Greece, you know what is the biggest problem? Only one player has scored so far. 7 points for Nick Kalathis, and nobody else is doing anything offensively.
Saul Berzic is in a little bit of pain over there. Kalathis falls over. I would say right now, George, the change has to happen for Greece now, or else this thing is going to get ugly. They do not look like they're at the races.
I mean, they are not mentally in the game. As we see the drive by Kalathis, he kind of trips, but then he is fouled by, who's it, Yannick. The referees called a foul because Yannick just kind of jumped on top of Kalathis.
So Latvia have a really good first half against France, but they weren't able to sustain it. Now here's Spanoulis, and that's an important three-pointer for Greece.
I mean, if Spanoulis gets going, he's an emotional leader of the team, and I think the rest of the pack will just follow.
Pass inside, and Freimanis goes up for another easy one.
But Greece is just not ready to deal with the all-motion offense there of Latvia. They are just moving the ball extremely well and using the all full court, the half court.
But for minus 4-4, now Kalatis. And front and back of the rim and pops out.
And that's the difference. I mean, Latvia makes you play defense.
Bertans for three. And this time Spanoulis gets the rebound. This is back to Barusis. Bertans didn't go for the rebound that time. Zisas at the line. And this time Fermanis gets in there and gets the board. Giannis Blooms is going to come into the game on the next dead ball. So on the X. Oh, what a play. Barusis fouls, and Strelnieks almost was able to get in the shooting motion.
He was almost decapitated on that play. Look at Giannis Barusis just taking him right under the neck. That's a hard foul. I mean, I understand what Barusis was trying to do. He wanted to foul on the floor before Strelnieks had a chance to go for the shot. But still, that's one hard foul from the big fella.
So Giannis Timma also has come into the game with Giannis Blooms. There's Timma, number 10. We should call him kind of the future of this Latvia national team. 23 years of age.
He's got huge potential physically, but we have not seen him just put it all together here in Eurobasket 2015.
Strelnieks, 3 seconds has been called on Fremanis.
3-second violation against Latvia, and possession is for Greece.
So Yanichenok's over there. Remember how long he'll sit down. He's pretty important to this Latvia team. Jesus, alley-oop pass and good play. Barusis catches it, was fouled by Mers.
Foul called on number 33 from Latvia, Martins Meyers. And substitution for Greece.
That's a good pick and roll play between Zizis and Barusis. Barusis is just so tall that you can just put it up there just like Zizis did on that situation.
Number 7.
Lucas into the game for Greece. I think this is an important move as Spanoulis sits down. Spanoulis looks tired. Lucas is in the game. Perhaps hasn't played as much as he should have the last couple of games.
And he's a quality guard. I know he's making a transfer from Olympiakos Piras to Fenerbahce Istanbul. It's going to be interesting to see how he can play as the first guard, not behind Spanoulis.
And Fermanis decides to go outside, and big rebound there from Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo was just taking that rebound above the rim. This is what you want your players to do.
Lucas, and jump shot to back to 6.
This is what he can do with the best. He's a scoring point guard. If he comes off that screen and you don't guard him, he's going to shoot a jumper.
There's a quick pass, and Zisas was all over Fremanis. Had a handful of jersey.
That was a switch there, and Zizis switches on the big man on the roll after the pick and roll. Look at it right here. He knew the only chance to stop that play was to foul. Berzins looks okay. That's good news to me. He's coming on the court right now, number 14, after that hard landing that he had just a few minutes earlier.
It did look good when he went out, so that is definitely encouraging. Fremanis has had himself quite a game. He goes out with 8 points. Tim inside to Myers, and he goes up and puts it up off the glass.
This is just solid, smart basketball. Myers is wide open on the middle when the zone of the zone defense of the Greeks just kind of collapsed. Good read there by the guards.
Lucas now trying to get something going here with Greece. Zisis. Kamakoglu nowhere to go, puts it up, and Bruce's keeps it alive, but Blooms comes down with it. Blooms from just behind the free throw line, and a foul called against Greece on the rebound.
Just looking at Kamakoglu right now, he's really frustrated. I don't think this tournament has played out well for him. See the foul here on the rebound by Borussis, and this was the nice step through right in the heart of the zone defense. Borussis just had no chance to block it.
He also went, well, he hits the rim. He hits the rim. So had that ball not gone there.
And you see again, Kamakoglu goes to the bench after 2 minutes, or maybe not even 2 minutes. This has been a really tough tournament for him.
Yeah, it has been.
And substitution for Greece.
The Latvian fans liking it so far. Their team's up by 10 here in the final minute of the first quarter. Lucas whips it over to Princesses. Princesses, it's good. Three-pointer.
Yorgos Princesses is a dynamic power forward who can score. I think he's the fastest scorer in the lane after catching the ball in the basket, but here he showed some range on that three-pointer.
Latvia will take it down just a little here. Perhaps get some penetration and then crash the boards. Nope. Bertans is going to put up a long jump shot. It goes over to Greece. And they're going to put a little bit more time on the clock.
That was a very early shot, if you ask me, because I think that they could have managed the clock a lot better. You don't want to give the Greeks much time to shoot or set up the last shot in the first quarter. I mean, the clock stands at 8.1 seconds at the moment, but the referees are checking the instant replay system, and they're going to add on, if not second, at least a fraction of a second.
Well, Greece have plenty of time right now as it is, 8.1. They're going to put 10. So not a good play there from Bertans.
.5 seconds it is.
So they get another 1.4 seconds. A little bit of full court pressure here from Blooms. Nice Lucas. And a foul committed by Myers with 3.7 seconds.
That's a smart foul by Latvia because it's only 14th foul for them.
So Greece going to try to get something to go down here. Final 3.7 seconds of the first quarter. Antetokounmpo. Lucas gets it. And Antetokounmpo puts it up and is off target. And that's how it finishes here at the end of the quarter as Latvia leading at 24-17 over Greece.
C'est l'heure de retrouver Frankie, la mascotte officielle de l'Eurobasket 2015.
Well, as you look at the stats there, the main one up top, 24-17, Latvia shooting it pretty well, 80% inside the arc, out-rebounding Greece. That's got to be concerning for Katsikaras.
That is a huge understatement, shooting 80% from the two. That is a dream for any coach and a team. You know, I think we spoke a lot about the mental approach to the game, and we saw the Greeks that they were kind of flat, but last 2 minutes I think that they gave a lot of hope because, like, when the Greek team went to the bench, I saw Vasilis Spanoulis just running out there to half court and kind of high-fiving everybody, trying to cheer everybody up. So I think that the Greeks do want to play. They do want to win here today, get a spot in the Olympics qualifying tournament. But in the beginning, the squad that started, the first 5 starters, they just couldn't turn it on. And it's needless to say that this Latvian team is not an easy opponent to play. We've seen them in this tournament. They are so unorthodox because they attack so well with their three guards from the outside, and all their big men are so mobile. They can step out and shoot the outside shot, or they are extremely quick finishing in the lane.
La page Facebook officielle de l'Eurobasket 2015 et évidemment le compte Twitter Eurobasket 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, you can share your experience of the Eurobasket 2015 on Twitter. You can use hashtag Eurobasket 2015.
Second quarter action underway here in Lille, France. Greece looking for a little bit of a spark. Prentices puts up a little push shot with his left hand that was well short. Perisic with the rebound.
I'm not sure why he shot it with his left hand. Could have shot it with his right hand just as easily. There was nobody around him.
Giannis Tima, bounce pass, and yet again a foul called in the lane on Prentices. Antetokounmpo went in for the block, but
Foul is called on number 15 from
this
Greece.
is the same situation that we saw before. A lot of motion before the pick and roll situation between Tima and Freimanis. And Myers, I'm sorry. It just works.
Is this a potential unsportsmanlike there?
It was a hard foul, I mean, from the back. But I think that Antetokounmpo was really trying to go for the block.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking more on Prentices because it looked like he kind of grabbed Myers on his arm, but that would be no doubt the unsportsmanlikes tend to be a little bit controversial. 8 points to lead. Antetokounmpo, another jump shot, and again, he is really struggling here.
I think he's hustling defensively, but he just cannot find his mark on his shots.
I think you're right, otherwise he'd be out of the game. Blooms for three. How long will it be before we see Janicic re-enter the game? So a foul on Blooms.
Foul is on number 7 from Latvia, Giannis Blooms. His first.
That was another tactical foul. Lucas gets inside and puts it up and in. So Lucas puts it back to a 6-point deficit.
And it's a smart penetration by Slukas. He gets the opening, then kind of waits for the defense if they're gonna come or not. Nobody came, so he shot the lane. Okay, one more time. Look at the hesitation. He's trying to draw the big man. Myers out, number 33.
Well, he got a hand in the face there from Myers. Inadvertently. Oh, Perisic couldn't get it. Now Antetokounmpo drives in and puts it up and in.
That's what a strong take right there after taking the steal there. Antetokounmpo just driving full length of the court, able to finish, take the contact. He's got a chance at 3-point play. Okay, one more time. This was actually a miscommunication. Easy for Antetokounmpo to get the ball. Here he takes the contact for Freimanis and an easy lay-in. I think Freimanis actually made you happy that he didn't stop the fast break with a foul.
I was happy. You want to see plays like that? Antetokounmpo had traveling called on him a couple of times in key situations against Spain the other night. And nothing was called there. So he doesn't convert the 3-point play. Still a 4-point game, but nevertheless much better for Greece. And they try to dump it inside to Freimanis. Zisas comes away, gets it to Slukas. Bounce pass, and Antetokounmpo goes up for the dunk.
And this is why you pay money to go see Greece. Antetokounmpo getting off to the races and finishing strong on the fast break.
Absolutely. 25-23. Latvia called timeout. Their lead has been cut to just 2 points. Well, we talked about Antetokounmpo having what appeared to be some struggles offensively, but as you rightly pointed out, he was working hard defensively, and now with his defensive energy, he's bringing it and he's turning that into offense.
I think that Katsikaris had no chance but to keep him on the floor because he looked like a player that played with most energy from all the Greeks. Of course, struggling there offensively, but that's not the point. I don't think this game's going to come down to who hits the outside shots or who hits the shots more. It's going to be about attitude, who brings the game. And I think in the last 2 minutes, you have seen a bit more of a ball pressure there by the Greeks, and the Latvians just really had, on the last 2 possessions, problems. And you see Antetokounmpo finishing strong with the dunk. They had problems with the entry pass. They couldn't really put it down to their bigs. And we said, first quarter, 80% of the shots for the Latvians around the basket. Not now in the second quarter. Mr. Antetokounmpo and the company is against it strongly.
That was a nice pass by Slukas. So Antetokounmpo at the line to try to complete the three-point play.
I think for these games, Kostas Slukas is a lot better option for me at point guard than Vasilis Panoulis. And understandably.
Yeah, completes it. Fresher, perhaps. And you can see he just has he's quicker. And inside they do dump it in again to Freimanis.
This time it works. There's a lot of switches and Zizis ends up on Freimanis. Good read there by Berzinc to make the entry pass.
Lucas, looks like Bertans had his jersey. Now Borusas. And Borusas lost it, got it back, and tries to put up a very difficult shot. And the ball goes back over to Latvia.
Not easy to play against Latvia if you typical big man like Giannis Borusas, 2'13". The Latvians are just swarming in there defensively. Look at the entry pass right here to Freimanis. You always like that when 2 big men are passing the ball to each other.
This time, 3-second violation called on Freimanis. Janicic found their ways back in the game for Latvia.
Not much of an adjustment there defensively because Zizis again ended up guarding Freimanis.
Oh, nice bounce pass. Zizis to Borusas.
And this is a lot easier for Borusas because he caught it and immediately went up from a medium range jumper. He did not get tangled up in some kind of a backing down situation like before.
Strelnieks with Latvia now just leading by 1, and Freimanis throws it out of bounds. But what was Bertans doing?
Well, I'm not sure what Freimanis was thinking because there was no pressure on the ball. And he just was swinging the ball to the no man's land. There was nobody standing there. I thought that Bertans was standing in the corner perfectly.
And the whistles have blown, but I'm not sure what the call is here.
It's on the post-up situation. Janicic was trying to get around, as you see it right here, Antetokounmpo, because he has a mismatch right there. You know how big is Antetokounmpo? 2'11".
Yeah, almost, yeah.
I mean, he could play
center.
Yeah, and he plays a small forward. And he moves like a gazelle.
So the gazelle like Antetokounmpo in the right corner. Slukas outside the princesses. His three-pointer is no good. And the follow by Greece, much better. And the ball goes off of Zizis.
And that's a great fight by Strelnieks. He tipped the ball forward Zizis, and the ball goes off the Greek guard.
And he got this out of the trap now. Over to Bertans. Freimanis. And Freimanis, impressive move, but the shot doesn't go down. And Antetokounmpo goes up for the dunk, and he was fouled.
Did you see the speed explosion of Antetokounmpo? The acceleration was incredible. I think he was taking off. Look at it one more time with the slow replay. Man, that was a strong thing by Antetokounmpo.
What would you say? He's in the running for one of the most exciting players at the tournament?
Well, he's the most athletically gifted player at the tournament. There's no question about it. So much potential there for Greece and future. And he's only 20 years old, okay? Let's not forget that.
Antetokounmpo being told to tuck in his jersey rather, by the Slovenian ref. So both free throws give Greece their second lead of the game. They're up by 1. Latvia led by as many as 11. Bertans his pass off the hands of Janicic.
And these mental mistakes we did not see in the round of 16 at the quarterfinals there from the Latvians. And Coach Bagatskis is just really upset at these guys.
9 turnovers now. And we're going to see Maheras coming into the game for the first time for Latvia today. Williams will also come back in. Zisas inside the arc. So that 2-pointer takes it up to a 3-point lead.
2 points for number
4
6,
points, they've given him a 3. Oh, excuse me.
And it's a 4-point Greece lead.
So it should be a 3-pointer. Still on the X, and that was off.
And a foul by Fermanis on the rebound on Zisas.
On the official rundown, it says it was a 2-pointer, and it should be 30-27, but the scoreboard says
I think
31-27.
Yeah,
now they've changed it.
Because the referee, I was looking at him and he was signaling a 2 immediately.
Yeah, so it is 30-27.
I would be actually shocked if you were not right. You don't make too many mistakes here at the commentary booth.
Thank you, George. It's good to have your arm around my shoulder.
Well, we got 2 more games to go. I better.
Gotta dig deep, support each other.
That's right.
So Zisas now does take it up to 31-27. And 32-27.
And look at the offensive drought by Latvia. Only 3 points scored in the second quarter in 5 minutes. So after moving the ball extremely well and getting some easy shots in the first quarter, they just cannot get anything going there in the second period.
We'll see now with the some of the starters back in. Kalatis back in. Spanoulis is back in. Lucas remains on the floor for Greece. Strelnieks. And Antetokounmpo with the rebound over to Slukas. So despite the bad start for Greece, here they are. They're up 5 and looking to go up even more. Barousas turns, and Maheras with the rebound.
And look what happened with the Greek squad. They go with the 3 guards there on the perimeter. We have seen it with so many teams that can afford it. They got enough guards to go with 3 guards on the perimeter.
Well, nice bounce pass to Strelnieks. And Antetokounmpo got a hand on that. It's pass inside, and now Barousas gets the swat. And Strelnieks, does he get it off in time? Well, he must have. Maheras gets the rebound, puts it up, and earns a trip to the line. Good defense by Greece, but they couldn't box out on the rebound.
They scrambled there defensively, recovered that last second shot. And Mayers, I'm sorry, he gets a good rebounding position to get the board. Now you see it.
And part of the ball there.
He started with the ball and just continued smoothly there down the arm. And now you also get your wish there with Antetokounmpo playing at the power forward position. So now you're talking about a seriously explosive and fast Greek 5.
This is the type of lineup that some people felt like they should have used against Spain with the 3 guards and Antetokounmpo at the power forward. along with Bruce's. Kufos hasn't played much. And Harris blocks Bruce's as he goes in.
Foul is called on number 33, Maltic.
Three fouls on Mares, so that's not good for Latvia. First one was good. This was a reminder, 24-team tournament at the start, 4 groups of 6 teams. Greece came from Zagreb after winning Group C. And Latvia finished second in Group D. They hosted that group up in Riga. Full court pressure by the Greeks. Stojanovic is able to get it across midcourt. Yannichenox. Back out to Stojanovic. Short, and Spanoulis now. Goes behind his back, and the foul called on Stojanovic.
And it's a technical for the bench of Latvia.
Called on number 13 from Latvia, Yannis Stojanovic.
Look at the play right here. Spanoulis. I think this is a good call because I don't think that Stojanovic had his feet set. He was still moving when he collided with Spanoulis. And the bench didn't like it. There were a few comments there. One of the referees who calls it technical. Things are not going well for Latvia. I understand their frustration. They have scored only 4 points here in 6.5 minutes in the second quarter.
Well, Bruce's comes out of the game. Spanoulis will take the free throws. And Gaskis is venting his anger there. I wonder if Spanoulis, if he'll take the technical free throw, if he makes this one. Well, he will indeed. He'll just stay out and take it. And this is the type of thing that could get him going as well. He's been quiet. And he gets all 3 free throws.
And what a nice lead there for Greece after trailing. At the end of the first quarter by 7 points, now they find themselves up 9. So Greece just really turning up in the second quarter. Partial score 20-4.
Galathis dumps it down low to Kufos, and Kufos called for the foul.
Strong post up there by Kufos. He was establishing position, just kind of used his elbows too much. Look at that right here. Yeah, he hit. Who was it? Mayers in the face, yep. If you're a big man, the referees are looking at it, the way you post up.
And it goes to Mayers, and he goes right at Kufos.
And look at Mayers. I mean, he's taking it as a challenge to go against the big NBA center, Kostas Kufos.
Spanoulis over to Antetokounmpo, and steps on the line, turns it back over.
That is an aggressive mistake there by Antetokounmpo. You see it right here. I think that you can live with that. He drives aggressively at the Latvian defense. I see a lot more energy now going from the Greeks. Look at Slukas just pressuring Yannichenox.
It was almost as if they didn't show up for the first quarter and they started playing in the second.
Well, I think they all know about the charter playing at least tonight at 10.
Dump down low, Maheres again, and Kufos reaches up.
And if
was it Antetokounmpo or?
Kufos, second foul.
Okay, so Kufos picks up another quick one. Yeah, maybe somebody got word down to the bench and say, hey guys, sorry, but we're not going to buy another flight. You got to do this or you're walking home.
And if you consider what kind of weather we got here in Lille.
You don't want to be walking through that.
Yeah, and I think they just looking back to get to sunny Athens.
Yeah, it's been a bit of inclement weather. Some high winds lately. So the free throw is good. Back to a 5-point deficit. And look at his tournament average versus what he's done today, 9 points. So both teams trying to finish strong here. The final game, the winner will clinch a place in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Spanoulis over to Kalathis. No look pass to Koufos. And Koufos is just struggling today.
But that was a great pass by Slukas. Slukas is shaking his head. Look at the way he threaded the needle there to Koufos, and Koufos was just surprised. He couldn't handle the pass. Tough 2 minutes there for Koufos. Yep.
Yannick for three, and I'll tell you what, the Greeks have opened the door a little bit here for Latvia to come back into it.
33 with the basket for Latvia.
37-35, and Yannick has hit all 3 of his shots from three-point range. Spanoulis all picked off by Yannick. And Yannick goes up and draws the foul.
And that's the worst case scenario right here for Greece. As you said, you open the doors, you give him a hope to Latvia, and now it's a 3-point a chance for Latvia to go back on top.
Unbelievable turn of events here.
And that was almost an unforced error there by Spanoulis. And Slukas tries to recover, and he did not even commit a hard foul. I mean, this is not a great play there by Kostas Slukas.
So Katsikaris calls timeout. The horn bells that were ringing back in Athens, well, they might just start ringing again. Fast break points, just 4 for Latvia, but a couple that we just watched, 11 for Greece. 11 assists for Latvia, 6 for Greece.
I'm so surprised that Latvia is leading all the boards 16-12 at the moment. I mean, you're talking about Greece having big bodies with Koufos and Borousis, then you have the best athlete in the tournament in Antetokounmpo, and still Latvia is controlling the boards. What is going on?
Well, I think the Greeks started so slowly, George. They're still trying to get that advantage back on the boards. But it really did look like Latvia were about to get blown out. And Koufos has, not surprisingly, come out. He really struggled.
It was 20-4. Partial score in the second quarter. Right now it's 20-13, so it's looking a lot better. 9-0 run there for the Latvians.
And Chinox converts the three-point play, and Latvia do indeed go back in front. Now Blooms comes up on top on Spanoulis, and the ball goes to Bertans. An unsportsmanlike foul called on Spanoulis for holding Blooms.
Did you see that? I didn't see anything. It was all the way down the court.
Well, the Bolthauser has no problem making the call. Look at him. I mean, he just kind of called it out of the blue.
I mean, he must have
very definite about this call.
And it happened right in front of him, so he's sure about it call.
First one is good.
2 free throws and possession for Latvia.
He must have been holding it. Second one is good. And this really complicates things. Here we go. Look at this. Look at Spanoulis. A little bit of drama, a little bit of acting as well by Yannick to catch Bolthauser's eye. Spanoulis definitely had his hands on him. So back to 106 now to go here in the second quarter.
There was contact, but definitely there was a bit of acting there by Blooms. Not gonna get him an Oscar, but still pretty good.
Give him a Golden Globe. Spanoulis over to Kalathis. Greece. And picked off again. Maharis over to Bertans. 3-on-2 break. Blooms for three. And again, the rebound for Latvia. Maharis took it away from his teammate and puts it up. He says, I'm putting this one in.
Look at Maharis just following up that miss with a strong rebound and a putback. I mean, he is not physically the strongest guy, but he just goes hard at it.
Gaskis will also get a timeout if there's a score. Barusas takes a three, and that makes it easier now for Latvia. And they have just completely lost their way here the last 4 minutes of the second quarter.
It is a 14-0 run by Latvia.
Bertans explodes down the lane, puts it up and in. And the boys from the Baltics have taken a 44-37 lead to halftime.
The score is Greece 37, Latvia 44.
C'est la mi-temps de ce match, le classement entre la Grèce et la Lettonie. C'est la Lettonie qui mène à la mi-temps 44-37 face à la Grèce à l'occasion de ce match, le classement de l'Eurobasket 2015.
44-37, Latvia on top of Greece, and Greece had gone in front by as many as 9 points. And now Latvia have clawed it back throughout rebounding. And George, I just wonder, does this have more to do with Greece, this difference, than Latvia?
Well, I am shocked. I'm completely shocked because I thought that things were looking very comfortable there for Greece at the moment. As you said, they went up 9 points, but all of a sudden, just a few mistakes there, and they completely changed the momentum of the game. And Latvia was able to finish the second quarter with a 16-0 run.
Well, part of the problem happened with the introduction of Koufos back into the game, and then Spanoulis, whose play seemed to pick up, then he started to struggle a little bit. Just overall, just not good play from Greece, and they've
13 minutes 50 de mi-temps, le temps pour vous de vous reposer. Et puis si vous êtes avec nous dans la plus grande arène de basket d'Europe, le stade Pierre-Mauroy, c'est aussi l'occasion d'apprendre plein de choses avec le musée du basket. Alors le musée du basket, c'est quoi? C'est tout simplement l'histoire du basket depuis sa création jusqu'à aujourd'hui, ici à Lille, dans ce bel événement. Et pendant ce bel événement que l'on vit ensemble, on a Emmanuel, on a Geoffrey, et puis on a Frankie, la mascotte officielle de l'Eurobasket 2015. On va tout simplement apprendre de belles choses. Geoffrey, Emmanuel, non c'est le contraire, c'est Emmanuel et Geoffrey, c'est ça. Je vous invite à regarder les écrans géants du stade Pierre-Mauroy de Métropole, et puis le musée du basket, ça commence maintenant tout de suite avec la première question. Première question qui arrive tout de suite. Quel est l'adversaire de l'équipe de France, que l'équipe de France a rencontré le plus grand nombre de fois en championnat d'Europe? Est-ce que c'est l'Allemagne? Est-ce que c'est la Pologne? Est-ce que c'est la Bulgarie? Ou est-ce que c'est l'Espagne? Emmanuel, vous avez 10 secondes.
L'Espagne.
Vous dites que c'est l'Espagne, on va vérifier. Frankie, t'en penses quoi? Ouais, tu penses que c'est la bonne réponse? On va vérifier ça tout de suite dans les écrans géants du stade Pierre-Mauroy Lille Métropole pour voir si c'est la bonne réponse. Après Emmanuel, c'est l'Espagne que la France a rencontré le plus grand nombre de fois en championnat d'Europe. Vérification tout de suite avec la réponse, si c'est possible. Ça devrait être possible dans quelques instants normalement. L'Espagne et la France se sont affrontés à 20 reprises depuis 1963. C'est une bonne réponse, ça commence plutôt bien. Emmanuel, on continue, musée du basket avec Geoffrey. Deuxième question tout de suite. Je vous invite vous aussi, mesdames et messieurs, à regarder les écrans géants de la salle pour apprendre l'histoire du basket ensemble. Deuxième question. La deuxième question arrive tout de suite. Face à quelle formation l'équipe de France n'a-t-elle jamais gagné en championnat d'Europe? La Tchécoslovaquie, l'Égypte, l'URSS ou la Yougoslavie? Geoffrey, vous avez 10 secondes et vous pouvez appeler un ami. Vous pouvez appeler Frankie si vous avez besoin d'aide, Geoffrey. Alors.
Yougoslavie.
Pour Geoffrey, ce serait la Yougoslavie. Frankie, t'es d'accord ou pas? Non, mais pas. Ah. Frankie est pas super d'accord. On va vérifier tout de suite. En 10 confrontations entre 1953 et 1987, l'équipe de France n'a jamais gagné un championnat d'Europe face à l'URSS. On n'était pas très loin de la Tchécoslovaquie. Une bonne réponse, une réponse juste un peu à côté. Troisième et dernière question pour le musée du basket. Mesdames, messieurs, vous êtes avec nous, vous regardez avec nous. C'est la dernière question. Quel est le joueur le plus grand à avoir disputé un championnat d'Europe de basket? Donc quel est le joueur le plus grand à avoir disputé un championnat d'Europe de basket? Est-ce que c'est Sabonis, réponse A? Est-ce que c'est Vranes, réponse B? Est-ce que c'est Jean-Claude Lefebvre, réponse C? Ou est-ce que c'est Kumic, réponse D? Vous pouvez faire du pif, les gars, ou vous pouvez appeler un ami, vous pouvez demander un petit peu partout dans les tribunes du stade Pierre-Mauroy, Lille Métropole. Alors, le plus grand. Alors les gars.
Réponse A.
Réponse A. Réponse A, Frankie, t'en penses quoi? Ouais, tu penses que c'est la réponse A? Vérification tout de suite en image. Eh ben non, c'était la réponse B. 2m30, Slavko Vranes, le plus grand joueur de l'Eurobasket de l'histoire, c'est en 2011. Il jouait alors sous les couleurs du Monténégro. 2m30, C'est un tout petit peu plus haut que toi, Frankie, 2m30. Ça joue à quoi? Ça joue à 10 cm? Pas grand-chose. Le musée du basket revient très prochainement. On espère que comme nous, vous passez un bel après-midi ici dans la plus grande arène de basket d'Europe. On vous dit à tout à l'heure et puis on remercie Geoffrey et Emmanuel. Et tiens les gars, avant le match de l'équipe de France ce soir, vous supportez quelle équipe entre la Grèce et la Lettonie?
La Grèce.
La Grèce?
La Grèce.
Et ce soir entre l'Espagne et la France?
À la France.
Oui, forcément.
France.
Et justement, on a les supporters de l'équipe de France déjà? Ça annonce une plutôt belle soirée. À tout à l'heure. Frankie est parti à votre rencontre dans les tribunes du stade Pierre-Mauroy à Lille Métropole. Frankie qui est parti voir les supporters de la Grèce et qui ira voir tout à l'heure les supporters de la Lettonie, bien évidemment, à l'occasion de ce match de classement. Grèce-Lettonie, l'Eurobasket 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick look at the halftime stats. Leading scorer for both teams. For Greece, the leading scorer is Nick Galates and Yanis Antetokounmpo with 7 points each. For Latvia, the leading scorer with 12 points is Yanis Antetokounmpo. And for Greece, the leading rebounder is with 3 rebounds, also Yanis Antetokounmpo. For Latvia, the leading rebounders, there are 2. There is Marix Mayenis and Kaspars Berzins with 4 rebounds each.
Quelques petites statistiques sur la première mi-temps avec un score de 37 pour la Grèce et 44 pour la Lettonie. Donc le meilleur buteur pour le moment, marqueur, pardon, avec 7 points, c'est le numéro 8, Nick Galates. Pour ce qui est du passeur, le meilleur passeur c'est le numéro 6, Nikos Zisis. Et le meilleur rebondeur pour cette première mi-temps, il s'agit du numéro 34, Yanis Antetokounmpo. Et pour la Lettonie, le meilleur scoreur pour le moment avec 12 points, il s'agit du numéro 12, Kristaps Janikikosis. Non, Janis Nkots. Au niveau du meilleur rebondeur avec 4, nous avons le numéro 5, Marix Mugiris, ainsi que le numéro 14, Kaspars Berzins. Et au niveau du meilleur passeur avec 4 passes, numéro 13, Janis Stenex. Les joueurs sont de nouveau sur les floors pour rester un petit peu échauffés. Le match reprendra d'ici moins de 4 minutes.
(44-37), Latvia on top of Greece here at halftime in a 5th through 8th place game. Both of these teams have lost in quarterfinals, and what they're trying to do right now is win this game so they can clinch a spot in one of next year's FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. There will be 3 tournaments, and the winners of each of those 6-team tournaments will clinch places in the Rio de Janeiro Games. And George
Prise de ce match de classement de l'Eurobasket 2015 entre la Grèce et la Lettonie dans 2 minutes maintenant. On voit à peine, mesdames et messieurs, que ce bel événement a envie pour les phases finales à Lille.
What did they close the first half on? It was like a 16-0 run?
Yeah, it was the biggest run in the game, 16-0 for Latvia. And I have to agree that that's a dangerous game to open up the doors and just give any kind of hope there to a team that was almost falling on their heels. It was a 9-point lead at one moment for Greece, and everything was going right. The defense was there, pressure was there, they were sharing the ball, fast breaking onto the Kumpo. Everything was going right, but all of a sudden, just a couple of the small mistakes. Kufos was not ready to play, and he was inserted back into the lineup. And it was the intentional foul in half court by Spanoulis, and all of a sudden, you get a completely different ballgame. Good for us. Back for Greece.
Greece have lost that tough quarterfinal to Spain, 73-71. A lot of second-guessing going on between in the Greek media about how that approach was for Greece in that game. They came out flat today. They fell behind. They came back. They took the lead. And quite simply, Spanoulis, Kufos, 2 of the biggest, best players, haven't really performed at the level that you would expect them to today.
Well, I mean, they got 20 minutes to redeem themselves, and I think that all of these guys on both sides, they will understand well that the winner is guaranteed a spot in the qualifying tournament for the next Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, and the loser is still going to have to come back tomorrow and play another game. I think this is a huge motivation for the teams just to close the game out and go for the win.
Second half action underway here in Lille, France. And Latvia leading 44-37. And a long shot is good. So Janis Tima. Now it's a 10-point advantage for Latvia.
That was a great entry there. First attack by Latvians, they connect with Tima. As I said before, he's a very explosive player, so if he gets going, he's an extra bonus to an extra weapon there offensively.
Out is on number 9 from Latvia,
And a double-digit lead, that is dangerous there for the Greeks. They don't want to fall too much behind, as you said before.
Well, they trailed by 11 at one stage. Slukas has been good, but he misses. Brusis went in for the rebound. Now Tima, and the Latvians have the bit between the teeth. They look like a team that's ready to make a run at this Olympic qualifying tournament. And Antetokounmpo reaches in. Tima gets it back. Bounce pass into Myers, puts it up, and Latvia now their biggest lead of the game, 49-37.
And look at Tima making a great pass after being pressured there by Antetokounmpo.
And good defense, deny defense. Katsikaris, oh! And that's a foul called on Antetokounmpo on Tima.
And I know that foul doesn't make you happy.
Nope. So we see a 360 slam dunk and a foul as he crosses midcourt. But anyway, teams go to their huddles. Greece, timeout. Well, George, you played at the highest level. You know, you played for your national team. You played NBA, you played NCAA, you played all over Europe. What is this happening here with Greece?
I mean, it is about mental approach to the game, and this game is dangerous because both of the teams that would rather be not playing in this game, they know they have to come back because so much is at stake. The Olympic tournament, the Olympic games.
But this is unexpected. Even put that in mind. 21-0 run.
That's unbelievable against a team that won the group 5-0, undefeated in the group, cruised through the 8 finals. Lost the quarterfinals. I understand it's frustrating, but I agree with you. With the kind of players that Coach Katsikaris got at his disposal, with so much experience and understanding what's going on, 21-0 is not acceptable.
You know, this isn't to point the finger at Katsikaris, but you have to wonder now. Bertans puts up the 3, no good. You have to wonder why Trinchieri wasn't given another chance after Eurobasket 2013. He only got 1 year. Brusis and puts it up with the left hand, misses. Of course, if Greece were to lose this, they would still have a chance to get to the Olympic qualifying tournament, but they would have to win a classification game tomorrow. And, you know, it brings back memories of France not getting the job done in 2007 and finishing 8th. And that was a talented French team as well. Now Maris from the left corner, and the Latvians continue to roll.
You have to like the offense of Latvia. So much ball movement, ball fake. They move it to the open man. They just look for the extra pass. We spoke about it so much, about players liking to play with each other. And you see it right here. They are composed. They are not rushing anything. They just make an extra pass. I think this is exactly a perfect type of a game that you need to make an extra pass.
So once again, we're going to see Antetokounmpo move to the power forward. Cesis, Spinoulis, and Slukas are in the game. Kalata's also going to check in at the next dead ball. Jesus pulls up for the short jumper. Oh, that was flat.
That was flat and short. No legs on that for Zizis.
And don't forget, Greece have already booked their flight home for tonight. Blooms. And the ball batted away by Spanoulis. Now Antetokounmpo behind the back pass. Oh, a little bit of showtime from the Greeks. See if that wakes them up.
A little flavor there, even by Borussis on the finish with the finger roll.
Strelnieks now.
First field goal after 8 minutes for Greece. That is a mind-boggling statistic.
That was quite a drought. Went back to the second quarter. Lucas is going to come out. Kalatis back in.
For Greece, number 8, Nick Kalatis, replacing number 10.
This is exactly the defense that they need. This was the last pass there to Borussis behind the back from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo is an exciting player to watch.
And offensive foul called on Giannis Tima. And Bagaskas just looks up and doesn't understand how that could be called by the referee, Bolthauser. Watch this.
His first personal foul.
Tough call on Tima. And then it goes to Borussis, and he's swatted by Maheras. Now Tima brings it across. Strelnieks blooms from the left. Quick trigger. Meyers boxes out, and a foul called on Greece.
And that's a second block by Meyers in the game today, and I'm so impressed with his ability to move long arms, just get off the floor quickly against a lot bigger players.
He's a jumping jack. And Meyers goes in, earns a trip to the free throw line.
Foul is on number 34 for Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No signs of panic over there on the Greek bench, but certainly signs of concern.
Alex Mayeris will shoot 2 free throws.
Antetokounmpo gets the foul. It's his second.
And Meyers is still a relatively young player at 24 years of age, so he's got a lot of future ahead of him.
Nice stroke on both free throws. With the 15 now.
That is a
Kalatis
15-point lead.
Brings it up against Strelnieks. Spanoulis kicks it out to Antetokounmpo, and that was short. Now Strelnieks, and it seems to be getting worse before it gets better for Greece. I wonder if Katsikaris needs to get another timeout. Bounce pass. Blooms, and Spanoulis reaches in. Ball goes out of bounds with 10 on the shot clock.
And it shows how difficult, you see the last play right here, the kickball there by Borussis, how difficult it is to scout Latvia. They have only 2 players averaging over 10 points, 10.6 and 10.4. That's Bertans and Strelnieks. All the other players are between 7 and 10 points. Anybody can score.
Fremanis, had 10 points in the first half. Yannick Chenox has 12. Meyers 11 today. And Meyers gets it to Meyers. And he turns around. Good patience. And the lead now 17. Koufos is going to come in for Borussis, who's struggling, to put it mildly. Antetokounmpo, this is everything, but Borussis gets the offensive rebound and put back. Borussis tries to slow up Tima. And right now, Latvia just look a little fresher as well, don't they?
They're still patient with the execution, passing.
Tima for 3, it's online, but it was short. Antetokounmpo, hands it off to Spanoulis. Now quickly, Zisas drives in. Oh, good follow for the second consecutive time by Barousas. So he's making up for some of the earlier play in this quarter, but he's tired. You can see running the court. He's going to come out.
Not easy if you have big men like Barousas to play against Latvia, who's got a lot of big men that can move all over the floor, just run the fast break. Look at it one more time right here. It's going to be the miss, a challenge by Meyeris, and a follow-up by Barousas. So Barousas does clean up some of the garbage on the offensive glass.
Now the onus is on Koufos to raise his game. He hasn't really played well at all today. He was really one of their better performers in this tournament.
I think going to the quarterfinal, he was their leading scorer.
Tim is short with the free throw. Greece today are 12 of 13 at the line, and Latvia are 11 of 14, so both teams have been shooting it well. And Tima misses both free throws. Janicic is going to come back into the game for Latvia. Beresic comes out. Gets back down low. Now Zisas online, and the veteran, Nikos Zisas, gets it back to a 10-point deficit.
This is a big moment in the game. If Latvia can just keep Greece at 10 points, they got a very good chance to control the game. They have to score this possession.
Blooms for three. And suddenly Greece, the revival appears to be on. Rebound by Koufos over to Kalatis. Bounce pass, and Koufos runs the floor. And just like that, it's back to an 8-point deficit for Greece.
Latvia.
Un temps mort à 4 minutes 20 de la fin du troisième quart-temps qui permet de retrouver la squad Andreas One.
So Latvia called timeout. 4:21 to go in the third.
It is a 9-0 run now by Greece. I was just looking at the partial score here. Latvia still getting things done there. If they get the ball close to the basket, 75%, it is a phenomenal shooting percentage, but it is a really game of runs here today. The momentum has been swinging wildly there from one side to another.
Yes, we switch.
And you have to wonder about the mental approach to the game. I mean, it is extremely difficult, as you said before, to go out and play after you lost a key quarterfinal game.
Like Latvia tried to commit the foul. Another one of those situations where perhaps the referee lets them play on with the advantage.
You've been getting good referees. I mean, you've been walking there like, guys, come on, don't call the foul here. Let
him go to the rack.
Let the game develop. Is that right?
Well, it's better. I mean, they've got a good scoring position. I'm not a fan of the hack-a-shack approach either. Let's get that out of there. How can we solve that one? So Janicic is back in the game, and now Spanoulis back in the game for Greece.
How about Kalatis scoring the first 7 points there for Greece and scoring nothing since then?
Strelnieks online, but foul called here on Greece on Nikos Zisas.
He is not happy about it because he felt it. He got kind of hooked into that situation by Beresic. Look at the rebound. No, he hooked him first. He knows well.
Yeah, there's no. I think Nikos knows better than that.
But he tried.
Beresic had that nasty fall in the first half. It really is incredible, this game. I mean, it's had some swings, hasn't it? Beresic makes just 1 of 2.
That's a third free throw missed. Out of last 4 free throws, only 1 made. 2 misses by Tima. 1 now by Beresic.
Zisas. Strelnieks. Over to Janicic. Raymonis back in the game. Hands it off to Straniec. Berzic just turns and loses it out of bounds.
And this is the difficult situation if the big man is turned into the double team. The double team was coming from the baseline. Pilates. So difficult. You see right here, you turn right into the double team. You have to expect it, and your teammates gotta really show themselves, I'm sorry.
It's one of these games where the teams have been knocked out of medal contention. And Berzic goes up and fouls Koufos and then helps him up.
Well, how about Koufos just rising over Berzic? I want to see the replay of that. He was way up there.
He really does get up. Watch this.
Foul is on number 14 from Latvia.
I mean, he's used to Antetokounmpo getting up there, but Koufos just skying for that one.
And his free throw rims out.
He did not look lackadaisical on that play.
Koufos makes 1 of 2 to get it back to an 8-point game. Koufos is guarding Janicic, perhaps the most dangerous shooter here for Latvia. Now Bertans puts up a long jumper, misses everything.
That was a tough shot for Bertans because Koufos was really close.
Foul is on number 12
Now sends
from
Greece to the
Latvia.
free throw line.
If you talk about Greece opening doors for Latvia, now Latvia is doing the exact same thing. They are not running their plays. They are getting bad shots. It's just like a carbon copy there of the second quarter.
But you know, both of these teams played in quarterfinals. They were soaring, especially Greece. You know, a lot of ambition, trying to get to the medals. Here they are, just trying to play for a place that will allow them to get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Teetering.
The second free throw.
The 2 free throws get it back to a 6-point deficit. Well, it's a game of runs, and right now the Greeks are on one. Pass to Raymonis, and Antetokounmpo knocks it out of his hands. Now Spanoulis avoids the contact and brings it back out. Spanoulis goes down the lane, hangs, puts it up. Koufos follows, and Greece get it back. Antetokounmpo. Kalathis, no look to Koufos, and he puts it up, misses. Great effort by Kalathis to get it back. What a tremendous hustle play.
And the Latvians are just not getting anything. No energy right there.
Well, that was all Kalathis right there. Tremendous. Antetokounmpo. Good! And just like that, folks, it's a 3-point game.
What a comeback there by the Greeks. I mean, the energy has completely left the Latvian team.
Bertans drives in, and that's going to be goal interference, goaltending. Ball hit off the backboard first.
But Coach Vagackis of Latvia, he has to make some changes in the areas. A very agile power forward. Look at the block attempt by Koufos. Was pretty close actually, but the ball was coming off the backboard.
Yeah, a lot closer than it looked in live, actually.
Into the game for Latvia number 5.
No, it's definitely goaltending.
Number 6.
Antetokounmpo gets in, puts it up and in.
That was a nice slow down hesitation move by Antetokounmpo. He didn't go over the top. I was actually expecting his effort to go with a dunk.
Foul called on Antetokounmpo. 4 fouls. Now that is crucial for Greece.
I mean, that's the energy man clearly for Greece. He stays on the post-up situation behind Berzic. And we have seen with the referees, if you don't try to front the player or 3/4 side front the player and you just stay behind him and then you try to push him out of the position, they've been calling that with a lot of consistency.
Berzic makes the first. I tell you what, there's only 2 words that explain what we're watching right now. You know what it is?
Give it to me.
What they are? Greek drama. It's a Greek drama, George. It always happens when this national team comes to a Eurobasket. full of the unexplained swings. This Greek team is now down by 5 and a minute remaining. Bertans knocks it away from Spanoulis with 11 on the shot clock.
Look at Bertans just bringing up his defense there on Spanoulis. Spanoulis was looking at one of the cutters on the inside, and Bertans almost stole the ball from him.
The Latvian fans, boy, they are keeping their fingers crossed. They think they might have an upset on the cards here. Spanoulis gets inside, puts it up, and gets to the line as well.
I give credit to Koufos. I mean, he just screened Berzinc there on his back, and also Bertans, who was trying to recover in that situation. Look at it one more time, Koufos. The way he gets big and seals off any kind of challenge there defensively from Berzinc.
So Berzinc has 4 fouls, and will they leave him out there? 43 seconds here to go in the third quarter, and Greece have got it back to 2 points. Step back from Strelnieks, and good rebound from Koufos. And Greece now can hold it for the last shot. It doesn't seem possible, does it? Latvia went up by 17 points in this quarter, and now they're on top by just 2. And Berzinc has just fouled out of the game. He stuck his left leg out. Spanoulis went down wisely. So that is that, and that means Maheras is already out there, so that means Fremanis will come back in.
I mean, Spanoulis almost looked for that left knee right there. See it? Smart play. That's why he's such a veteran. I mean, he's gonna use any kind of little-sided advantage that you give him.
You've got to know, though, you've got to be smart if you're Berzinc, don't you?
I mean, if you got 4 fouls, I think you just have to play conservative.
It's one of these games for Spanoulis. He's got 9 points, but everything is a struggle. Second one is good. 7.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bertans brings it up, pulls up, and misses the follow. Bertans offensively hasn't really been there as you would have expected for Latvia the last few games, but they lead it 61-60.
Et regardez ce qui se passe, mesdames, messieurs, dans les tribunes du Stade Pierre-Mauroy, l'île métropole.
Latvia's still shooting 70% inside the arc.
I think they are not doing it from the outside. It's a small team and such a free motion offensive team like Latvia. I think you just need to do better than 25%, 24%, I'm sorry, than the Latvians have been able to shoot from beyond the arc. If Latvia can start knocking down some shots from the outside, they have an excellent chance to win this game. You said it before, this is a game of swings, and I don't even know myself who's going to make that swing in the fourth quarter. I mean, it could be from any of the teams. I think first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter would really have a deciding impact there on the outcome of the game. Because if any of those teams fall back by double digits like we saw before, I don't think there's a way to come back in the fourth quarter. Because then it becomes a fact of clock management. You really start going a lot sharper than you were maybe in the second or third quarter.
How big is that loss for Latvia from this Berzinc?
I mean, the way that Mayer has been playing on the inside, I think it is not such a huge loss. Like against Slovenia, he was absolutely instrumental. But today, I don't think he was the huge of a factor.
Et juste avant le début du dernier carton, mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, on va vous demander d'encourager les deux équipes. Please make some noise for both teams. Applaudissements pour l'équipe de Grèce, applaudissements pour l'équipe de la Lettonie, s'il vous plaît.
So it's Lucas, Kalatis, Prentices, Koufos, and Spanoulis on the floor for Greece. Bertans, Fremanis, Tima, Strelnieks, and Maheras in for Latvia. Foul drawn, and they're going to count it.
The basket is good for
And it looks like Vasilis Spanoulis is saving all his concentration and energy there for the last quarter. He closed strong the third quarter. Here he takes the penetration. Look at the crossover. He takes the contact there from Strelnieks. He's able to finish the.
And Spanoulis completes the three-point play. Greece now on top, 63-61. Bertans gets in the lane, puts up a tough shot. The follow from Maheras, but Koufos boxed him out. Now quickly to Kalathis. He pulls up on the break. And good hustle to the other end by Maheras. Now Maheras wants to post up Kalathis. Can they get it to him? They do, and he puts it up quickly, but foul call before the shot.
no baskets.
That's a smart recognition by the Latvians. They will switch. Maheras on the inside against Kalathis. That's an easy mismatch. They look for it. This is why it happened, because Kalathis went for the steal. And here's the switch. He has to go against Maheras.
I like the energy that Kalathis brings. He misses the shot, but he comes back, plays hard on defense. Now he's having to guard the taller Timma. See how he copes here. Timma passes it out over to Bertans for three. And Bertans is really struggling.
He has not been able to shoot from the outside with consistency.
Just 3 of 10 from the floor. Koufos gets inside, puts it up and in.
This is how Greece was supposed to do it in the first half. Just go to the pick and roll. There's not the roller, go to the side and dump it down.
And the penetration, good play from Strelnieks, handing it off to Maheras.
But Maheras was awfully long time there inside of the paint. I saw Coach Katsikaris just screaming there for good 6 seconds for Maheras to be called for 3 seconds violation. I think he's going to have to watch it.
Who? Katsikaris or Maheras?
Maheras. I mean, he was there awfully long.
Kalathis goes in, puts it up and in off the glass.
First 2 points by Kalathis since he scored the opening 7 points in the game.
Bertans finally gets one to go down.
He gets better at Koufos on a face-up situation from the outside.
And a 2-point
A lot of switches there for the Greeks.
Pass whipped over to Princesses, back to Slukas. Now Latvia, see if that last basket sparks them. Great defense by Timma. And now Bertans stops and puts up an air ball.
I can't believe that he shot a 3-on-1 fast break with a 3-pointer.
But Fermanis is going to try his luck from long range.
That is a mistake to me. They were going 3-on-1. They should have finished it. What do you think about the decision?
Yeah, I was with you, but I looked over at Bagaskas and he was applauding his team like it's okay, take that shot. So 3-pointer by Spanoulis, and it takes it back up to a 5-point lead.
But it's a 5-point swing right there. Instead of a tie, you get a 5-point deficit.
Yeah, no question. They would have been able to attack, but they chose to attempt the threes. Here's Bertans, uses his body. Boy, that was a tough play.
2 points for number 9 from
He's asking for a foul, but he was the one drawing the contact with Koufos.
Bertans starting to come to life here. Some determination from him. Bertans plays a very high level in Europe. He was playing with Bilbao. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And Princesses gets the rebound back outside to Kalathis. Good!
big shot by Kalatis. And right now it looks that Greece is getting control of this game, being up 6 points, 73 to 67.
Twelve points now for Kalatis. Three-point shooting looks better this tournament, doesn't it, Kalatis?
He does, and Greece as a team is now up to 41%. If you compare to Latvia, only 21%. That's why I couldn't believe that they were trying to finish the fast break 3-on-1 situation with an outside shot from beyond the arc. Shooting 21% and you try, you don't take the sure thing on 3-on-1. What's going on here?
It's a point well made, George. And the field goal percentage for each team. Greece 63% now in the fourth quarter, having really struggled in the first three.
This was the last three-pointer by Kalatis. That's a big shot if you open up the 6-point lead. Some kind of a separation. A lot better situation now for the Greeks. I mean, if they defend well on the possession here coming out of the timeout, this could really put them on top.
Kalatis came into this game shooting 8 of 14 from three-point range, so he's had an excellent tournament in that respect. What is he today? 2 of 3? 2 of 3 from three-point range. That bodes well for him and across the pond to wherever he's going to play professionally. Janicic comes out and nails the three.
And he's the high leading scorer there. He doesn't miss. I mean, he was 6 for 7 if I remember correctly in that quarterfinal game. Now he's 5 for 6 from the field. I mean, you just give the guy the ball.
Spanulis whips it over to Kalatis. Another three for him. Good! Well, he just can't miss from three-point range.
He is responding after starting off very hot, scoring first 7 points in the game. Now he hits some crucial points down the road.
I mean, what I like about Kalatis is he's taking responsibility.
Yeah, he surely is stepping into those shots with only 5 minutes to go in the game.
It felt like earlier in his national team career, he was much more the distributor. And even though he still is the passing point guard, you can see he's really become more accomplished the past few seasons. Harris drives in and draws the foul.
Boy, but there goes my theory that the reserves like Kaimakoglu, Peperoglu, Papanikolaou were going to do it for Greece. That was calling there in the beginning of the game. Look how short of rotations the coaches had to stay with. Didn't really expect that.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen Papanikolaou. Haven't seen Mansaris today. These are two guys that played key minutes for Greece in recent years.
Kaimakoglu the same thing. I mean, he was there for what, 2 minutes? In the first half, just made some mistakes, didn't look comfortable. Immediately went back to the bench.
Zizis back in for Lucas.
Substitution for Greece into the game. Nikos Zizis, number 6, replacing number 10, Kostas Luka.
So back to a 4-point deficit now. Still a lot of work to do for Greece. Kalatis. Pass to Zizis inside now to Barousas. He hands it off to Kalatis, but he couldn't control it. Janicic pulls up on the break. Go!
You better count it. Anytime he gets the ball and he gets a clean look at the basket, you can almost count it. You just see how automatic
you counted it just as it went up.
I did. I mean,
you grabbed my arm. I was like, watch this. This is going in. Now Kalatis into Barousas. And Mares does a good job of not fouling there. Good composure there by Barousas. So back to a 3-point lead now. And good defense there for Greece.
That was an awful passing angle right there on the entry pass from Mayeris.
So he's breathing pretty hard. I would be surprised if he comes out. Now he comes up and Prentices hits a three-pointer.
3 points for number 15.
And you might want to start up that engine in that plane, folks. It looks like the Greeks might be on it. after all. Still some time to go. 3:42 remaining.
That's a good ball movement. Wide open shot there for Printezis. I give credit to Borussis with the screens and the way he has played around the basket. He has just really drawn the attention of the defense on him.
Look at that. Greece have not missed a three-pointer in this quarter, and now for the game, they are 9 of 19. That's 47%.
Yeah, close to 50%.
Timma fouled as he gets inside, and how many is that now on Borussis?
That is number 4. That's number 4, yep.
That's his fourth personal
And Antetokounmpo is going to come into the game. Here it is again.
That's an interesting substitution after Printezis hit a three-pointer, a key three-pointer. He's taken out. I mean, I was kind of looking around like, what's going on? What did I do wrong?
Strelniak's a very deep three. And Greece really now, you get the sense this is their game to win or lose.
They're going to manage the clock.
Pass inside to Borussis. Oh, and an unsportsmanlike foul, Mayers.
This is going to help Greece.
Foul is on 33 from Latvia. Montage.
2 free throws and a ball from out of bounds for Greece.
Well, I don't think he had any choice but to call that unsportsmanlike. Bagaskas was claiming there was a push-off by Borussis before, but I didn't see anything. Nothing. And that's a clear unsportsmanlike. So Greece, boy, they have had an almighty struggle today. At times, they've been their own worst enemy. Yet here they are, up by 7 with 3:05 remaining.
Now I think it really becomes a question of execution there for Greece. Just take your time, take some time off the clock, and look for open shots, because I think Latvia is going to have to start risking. You're going to try to overplay the lanes, go for the steals. This is your chance to score some easy baskets.
So they will keep possession after the unsportsmanlike foul. Spanoulis from behind the arc. And now Yannichenoks. Draws the foul from Kalathis. And that's the 4th team foul on Greece.
That's his 4th personal foul.
Yannichenoks. It's inside, puts it up, and that was a forced shot, and Borussis with the rebound. And George, you know, when you look back at this game, there were moments where it looked like it was going to be Latvia's day. And they just have not been able to sustain it. And Greece have gotten some terrific play from this guy right here, Kalathis. Borussis had a tough first half, but here he is making the pass. Look at him share the ball. Antetokounmpo, good! And Greece now with an 11-point advantage.
And can you believe that Latvia was up 17 points in the 3rd quarter?
And then Antetokounmpo on the SWAT team, but he is called for a foul.
That's an incredible statistic that Greece is up 11 points at the moment. And a little bit more than 10 minutes ago, they were down 17.
I don't see. Where's the foul? Here it is again.
The foul is nowhere to be seen.
I'm sorry. I didn't see it. So he has to take a seat. First one is good. So back to 10 points. Latvia will try to get a stop. Try to get a steal. I don't think they want a foul. Good play from Zisis to move into space where he could receive that pass. Now Spanoulis, 10 on the shot clock. Now Latvia definitely do not want to foul here. They might want to sag a little bit because otherwise Spanulis is going to go past them. Spanulis tried to get the foul, and up it goes to Bertens for the dunk.
And the dunk for Latvia, number 9, Davis Bertens.
So that little exchange there just gives a sliver of hope to Latvia.
It like seems that the teams just cannot close the game. Just want to give it a little bit, make it a little bit more dramatic. Is this the Greek drama?
This is indeed what you call a Greek drama. Well, I've seen it time and time again with this national team.
And since I had it only in high school, I think this is a good refresher course. Look at the three-point shooting. This is a story there for Greece. 48%. This is clearly how they escaped the three-point shooting. Yeah, with the three-point shooting, because I don't think it was the defense. I mean, they picked it up at times, but the three-point shooting just really worked for them during the second half. They started this quarter making 4 out of 4. I think any time that you get over 40%, it's a good shooting game.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't it any time over 33%, it's a good shooting game from three-point range, at least in the old days?
I think the coaches go for 40.
Yep.
38-40.
Because those coaches are so demanding. Latvia's Bertans scoring on the break, so it's a 7-point deficit for Latvia. Will they foul, or are they going to play D? They're going to play D. Kalatis elects to run some time off the clock, and they foul Barousas. Barousas takes exception to the foul. So 5 fouls now on Mayers.
That's the second big man to foul there for Latvia after Berzic.
So that is the 3rd team foul on Latvia. And a foul called on Latvia. Now the next one will give free throws to Greece.
The question is, who do you foul from the Greeks? All good free throw shooters, but they got.
Francis just gets it, gets rid of it. Zizis, hot potato, get rid of it, quick. And they foul Barousas. 1:17 to go.
It was good 7 seconds that were taken off the clock.
Foul is on number 12.
If the Spanish team was here, they would have shouted, "Ole! Ole!"
Well, I see what you mean, yeah, passing it around. The Latvian fans are just thinking we had a 17-point lead. Come on, guys, let's get this thing back. But really, it's in Greece's hands now. If they can make some free throws. Barousas has been at the free throw line in a lot of important games in his career. Look at that. He had his struggles, but he's still got 17 points, and he's perfect at the line.
And both free throws are good for Barousas.
So another timeout now being called by Latvia. 1:17 to go.
I think for Latvia, you just have to go for a quick shot. You don't have to really think about shooting it, having to shoot a three-pointer. I think you just take a quick basket, anything that you can get. And you have to play some tough defense, go for the steal, take some chances. But as you said before, Greece will keep on making their free throws. The game is in your hands.
Uz vidu šeit. Viņi varbūt mainīs. Vienīgā iespēja, kad
Γρήγορα το Νίκο, εδώ, Βασίλης, Νίκ. Εντάξει, όχι, Νίκ, you take the ball. Νίκος,
Yeah, the scoring charge there. 4 players in double figures there for Greece. Barousas is leading the way with 18 points and Spanulis with 16. Kalatis and Antetokounmpo with 15.
George, you've been at this Eurobasket where, you know, this is the end game really for these two teams. I mean, the loser's going to have to play again tomorrow, but these guys are tired, aren't they?
They have to be playing 5 games in 6 nights in the group stage and going to the playoffs. Not easy.
Oh, Zizis comes up with a steal. And that might just do that for Latvia.
That is a costly mistake.
When you look back at Latvia's Eurobasket, what is it that they're missing?
I mean, they did not have a solid threat there offensively in the post, like a typical five-man. Berzic did a very good job, but he's a long-arm athlete in the lane, more of a finisher, slasher, a post-up guy that would draw the defense, that would make the defense collapse, and then throw it out to the outside shooters, something like Jonas Valanciunas. They don't have it. Not even of the same caliber, but just the same size.
Janicic, and he misses, and Princesses is fouled by Bertans. So with 54.7 seconds left, it could be that you're going to look at this score line at the end and just think, well, they cruise. Bertans fouls out. You won't realize that this Latvia team actually led by 17 points in the second half.
I look at Greece scoring 30 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, if Latvia was playing good defense, smart defense there in the first 3 quarters, 2.5, they did not do much there in the last quarter. It's only 32 points for Greece. That's not going to get things done. Brent is up to 7 points.
Tima for 3. That's good for Latvia.
3 points for
Back to 92-82 here. And Tima fouls.
Oh, it's
traveling is the call on Princesses.
I couldn't believe it, but referee, the Croatian referee, Radovic, was right there and he saw it. He was expecting the foul, I think, and was thinking about too much about the coming foul, just traveled.
Pass inside, and Mayeras puts it up. Good play from him. Back to 8 with 36.2 seconds to go. And now the reach and almost a steal, and Katsikaris shouts from the Greeks bench to wake up, guys.
But Latvia just does not give up.
And now a turnover from Kalathis. No time runs off the clock.
Are you kidding me?
And if they make a shot here, they can get it back to 5 points. This is called lack of execution here down the stretch by Greece.
And not giving up by Latvia.
Beautiful pass. Janicic hits it, and that's a 2. And a timeout. And now it's just a 2 3-pointer game, 2-possession game. Remarkable stuff.
Absolutely shocking. I mean,
Greece just checked out, didn't they? Greece checked out of the hotel before paying their bill. You got to go back, guys. You got to finish this thing.
What a mistake there, traveling by Princesses. And then just out of bounds play without taking any time off the clock. You just throw it out of bounds. But who were they passing it to? I didn't see anybody even in the vicinity.
You touched on the Greece with the 10 3-pointers, kind of what has carried them. Latvia 8 threes. Latvia shooting just under 70% inside the arc. Latvia will quite clearly go for the steal, and if they don't get it, they will commit the foul. It's funny, we've got Panyash Giannakis, the Greek legend. Coached Greece. Well, he won titles with Greece as a player, the famous '87 team. And then he coached Greece to European glory in 2005, and also to the famous upset of USA in 2006. And he's sitting up here doing Greek commentary, and he's looking out. He looks somewhat bemused, and Antetokounmpo is already fouled out of the game, so he can't help out Greece. So they'll try to get the steal, and if not, they'll have to get a foul. And they do foul Zisis. Like the guards, commits the foul.
Out, number 19.
So big shot there from Zisis.
So Zisis makes his first.
Second free throw is good as well, so the Greeks can breathe just that little bit easier.
31 seconds remaining.
Janicic trying to find some space. Mayeras gets inside and travels.
Traveling violation.
Let's see if Latvia can see the game or they're going to foul. They bring out the pressure again.
Well, they're going to pass it across the court there. Oh, they are going to get the turnover. And Janicic puts it up and in with 15.9 seconds. This is a 6-point game. And they foul Zisis again.
What about Spanulis just getting in between the two defenders and turning the ball over?
I think he's going to be happy just to go in that lane and get home. It's been a tough game for him. He had the unsportsmanlike called on him.
I mean, he's got 16 points and 4 assists, but still, as you said, it's been a mighty struggle for him.
An almighty struggle. And now Zisis misses the first free throw. And Katsigaris has been around long enough to know that the game isn't over until it's over. Now, quickly, Vector Tavares pulls up, shoots a three, and Perusas with the rebound, and Maharis fouls. So 6.4 seconds. Finally, I think Greece can take a sigh of relief.
But you know what I like about the Latvians? They know that the game is over, 7 points down, with 6 seconds to go, but they still foul. This is about sending a message. We are not giving up. Still the horn sounds.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Some fans might think, why are you fouling? We're going to get some popcorn. But that'll have to wait. Perusas has to make some free throws. Takes it up to 8 points. Be interesting to see if he sticks around for next year for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. 19 points, 5 of 10 from the floor. And pretty good night, as you can see from the free throw line as well for Perusas. And Latvia just walks right down the lane. That'll be the last 2 points of the game. 97 to 90.
The score is Greece,
So
97.
Greece win it. It was an almighty struggle at times, but at last, those Greek fans, those Greek players, the Greek Federation, and that pilot of that Greek plane, they can all breathe a sigh of relief. Greece win it 97 to 90.
Cet après-midi, applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour les supporters et l'équipe de la Lettonie. Et puis on va également vous demander de faire du bruit pour l'équipe qui remporte ce match, le classement 97 à 90. Applaudissements pour les supporters et l'équipe de Grèce.
Inside New York. And despite out-assisting Greece 24 to 19. Same amount of turnovers as well. Perusas gets the 20 points. Ended up leading his team.
Merci à la formidable équipe de Lettonie qui s'est bien battue cet après-midi face à l'équipe de Grèce. L'Eurobasket 2015, vous le savez, ça continue avec deux belles affiches qui vous attendent ce soir. Le prochain match, ce sera la République tchèque face à l'Italie. Et puis à 21h, le soirée, la première demi-finale de l'Eurobasket 2015 opposant l'Espagne à l'équipe de France.
They allow Latvia to get back into the game. Then Latvia goes up 17 points, and then they have a mental lapse, and you just cannot afford something like that. In the fourth quarter, they gave up 37 points. That's the story of the game. Their defense just gave up in the second half, and they lost the game.
So great analysis once again there, George. Thanks for that. And one more time, 97-90, Greece win it. So they earn a trip to the FIBA qualifying tournament. Stick around for more action from Lille today, folks. Thanks for watching.
Mesdames et messieurs, la Grèce a donc son ticket pour participer au tournoi qualificatif des Jeux Olympiques de Rio 2016. Le match à suivre d'ici moins de 40 minutes, l'Italie contre la République tchèque. Mais le gros match évidemment que tout le monde attend, c'est ce soir France-Espagne à 21h. Allez vous restaurer, prenez des forces. On vous attend très nombreux ici au stade Pierre-Mauroy, Lille Métropole. Et Vincent est déjà dans les tribunes avec Sarah et Alexis qui attendent patiemment l'équipe de France ce soir.
Effectivement, Sandy, je suis dans les tribunes de la plus grande arène basket d'Europe avec Sarah et Alexis, des jeunes basketteurs qui ont encouragé la Grèce il y a quelques instants. Ils sont juste à côté de moi, ils sont chauds bouillants. Vous êtes prêts pour la demi-finale ce soir? Alexis, t'es prêt?
Ouais, prêt.
Tu vas encourager qui?
La France.
Ah oui, forcément. Et puis Sarah, une jeune basketteuse, une mini poussine. C'est la plus petite catégorie des jeunes basketteurs. Sarah, t'es prête pour ce soir?
Oui.
Tu vas encourager qui?
La France.
Bah oui, forcément. Bon, il y aura plein de supporters tout au long de la soirée pour l'équipe de France et puis l'équipe d'Espagne. On vous donne rendez-vous à tout à l'heure. Sandy, à tout à l'heure.
Les joueurs s'apprêtent à rentrer sur le floor pour, voilà, ils viennent d'arriver, pour s'échauffer un petit peu. Le match commence d'ici moins de 30 minutes. Soyez là, à tout à l'heure.
Η εθνική μας ομάδα εξασφάλισε το εισιτήριο για το προολυμπιακό τουρνουά. Μαζί μας είναι ο Βασίλης Πανούλης. Βασίλη, όταν βρεθήκαμε στο μείον 15, τι σκεφτήκατε, τι είπαμε?
Τίποτα. Παλεύουμε το μάτς μέχρι 40 λεπτά. Ήταν ένα πολύ δύσκολο ψυχολογικά παιχνίδι. Πιστεύω ενωθήκαμε, βγάλαμε κάποιες καλές άμυνες, βάλαμε κάποια σούτ και καταφέρουμε να υλοποιήσουμε το μίνιμουμ στόχο που είχαμε, που ήταν να πάει η ομάδα στο προολυμπιακό τουρνουά. Πρωτού με ρωτήσετε οτιδήποτε, νιώθω την ανάγκη να πω ότι ήρθε η ώρα να σταματήσω από την εθνική ομάδα. Πιστεύω ότι μεγάλωσα στην εθνική ομάδα από 17 χρονών. Ένας κύκλος κλείνει για μένα. Πιστεύω ότι πρόσφερα αρκετά πράγματα. Μια καριέρα είναι γεμάτη χαρές, λύπες, διακρίσεις, αποτυχίες. Έτσι είναι η καριέρα του αθλητή. Έτσι και εδώ πέρα καταφέραμε τα υπόλοιπα παιδιά, μόλις προπονητές, μόλις ομάδες να φέρουμε στην Ελλάδα 3 μετάλλια. Άλλες φορές πετύχαμε, άλλες αποτύχαμε. Είμαι περήφανος. Αυτή τη στιγμή είμαι συναισθηματικά φορτισμένος γιατί πραγματικά από 17 χρόνια είμαι στις εθνικές.